Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. We finally got the Splatoon 3 2.00 patch notes for everything that's going to be changing balance-wise for the game and all the other stuff we're going to be getting. It's actually slated to go live, at least for us American people, on November 29th. For the Japanese players, it'll be December 1st by that time because they're living in the future, which is really cool. But guys like these types of videos, leave a like, subscribe, share the video. I will also be live on Wednesday night with Splatoon 3 and this brand new season. So if you guys see me live on Wednesday night, feel free to drop by for a little while. We're going to be checking out all the new weapons, the brand new Salmon Run rotation with the new map, Mooners Bay, and then we got a bunch of other new stuff, with the new catalog, all the new gear and all that type of stuff. So going to be really cool. Just kind of waiting for new content. I'm being honest with you guys, I've kind of just been taking a little bit of a break from Splatoon the last 1.5 to 2 weeks, just because there's not really much new content, and I'll be playing the shit out of it once this patch drops again. So finally got the patch notes. There is not going to be too much on screen. I'm just going to be reading off the patch notes. So if you guys missed the patch notes, they are on the Nintendo website right now. New changes for the patch. 50 new items, new catalogs, gears, title, splash tag, decorations, stickers, all that good stuff. I can't wait for some more new gear because, man, the gear in game right now, there's barely anything that's actually good. 50 new items added to the product store lineup. That's crazy good. 2 new battle stages, Brine Water Springs and Flounder Heights. A new Salmon Run stage, which I talked about, Mooners Bay. And then we got 3 new main weapons. I wish they would go through all the weapon changes in the patch notes, like all the other weapons. 10 new sets of existing main weapons paired with different subs and specials. I wish they would go through all those. They've been putting them on their Twitter account. There was some of them. The Splattershot, the Junior, or the Neo Splattershot Junior. I think that it's gonna have Torpedo and Wave Breaker, which is crazy. Carbon Roller Deco is coming back. It has the Splatoon 1 kit with Burst Bomb and Trizuka, which is crazy. So there's a lot of cool stuff on the way. I think the Neo Luna Blaster has I think it's Fizzy Bomb and Ultra Stamp. And I think there's a brush too. I forgot what the brush has, but a lot of cool stuff. There's some stuff on their Twitter. They've been putting out a lot of the kits for the alternate weapons. Hopefully we get another blaster apart from the Luna Blaster. We need a new blaster kit because Big Bubbler isn't really what I like. That's just beside the point, though. As for the main weapons, y'all, we finally got some changes to the main weapons, balance-wise. Huge buffs for some of the Splatana class and even the Stringers. Try Stringer. The size of terrain area inked by falling spray has been increased. The number of spray droplets generated when firing a distantly aimed shot has been decreased. So they're increasing the ability for it to paint, which makes sense. That the Reflux 450 is pretty much the same weapon, and it paints like 10 times as good as the Tri-String Bow, which I never did understand. It paints way less for some reason. They're also kind of the same weapons. I don't know, which is a good thing. Like the Tri-String being able to paint a little better, it'll get more alts, it'll have a little bit more mobility, be able to paint for itself a little bit better. Overall, it's a good buff. As long as they don't change the damage numbers or anything on it, I think it's a really solid buff. And then the Splatana Wiper, with the width of the ink launched by horizontal slashes has been increased by about 27%. So the horizontal slash inking has been increased. It's going to be painting a lot better. The size of terrain area inked by falling spray has been increased. So this is if you're on high ground and you're wiping on high ground, doing horizontal flings and even vertical flings, it'll paint a little better with the paint that's falling down onto the ground from on high ground. I think that's what that is. So, and easier to connect ink in an uninterrupted straight line. So, I gotta apologize. I have a third grade reading capacity, so you guys gotta bear with me. My reading isn't very good. Angle shooter. Initial velocity is about 20% faster and flight range has been extended. Not really the buff angle shooter needed. It needed more damage. Instead of damage. They made it so that it travels faster, so it might be easier to catch people off guard with. And then the range has been slightly extended, so it goes a little bit longer. I still don't see no reason why this weapon's even, or why this sub's even in the game when point sensor does its job every way better. Like, there's no reason for this thing to even be in the game still. Got buff though, maybe it'll be better. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, how it feels in game. Changes to specials. We got some huge changes to specials here. Probably some game-breaking ones, actually, that'll make some weapons really good and some really bad. Zipcaster. Ink consumption when using main weapon while the Zipcaster is active has been decreased by about 67%. That's a huge buff. Huge buff. So, like, instead of being able to maybe only get, like, 1 or 2 shots off with, like, certain weapons that have Zipcaster or even, like, a split second, now you're going to have way more time to actually do stuff during your special and actually go after people and move around and do stuff before the ult actually goes off when you transport back to wherever you started at. Really solid buff. I still think it's a really risky ult, and a lot of the weapons that do have Zipcaster don't really use it that well. I think the one that maybe uses it the best is the Octo Brush, but apart from that, I don't think there's really any that really use it that well. Still way too risky. They might need to buff it again. Ink Vac. Damage of the return shot has been increased from 120 to 220. This is to deal with people, Rainmaker shields, Big Bubbler, and people using shields with Squid Roll and Squid Surge. So a huge buff to Ink Vac. I don't even know why they're buffing Ink Vac. Even I think with the damage right now, currently in game, I still think Ink Vac is crazy good. I don't even think they even needed to buff the damage. Kind of an unnecessary buff, if I'm being honest. Reef Slider. Damage from the rush attack and being caught up in the explosion at short range has been increased from 180 to 220. Again, another buff that I don't think is really necessary. It's one of the more kind of bad type of specials in the game, which I don't really mind as much, unlike Ink Vac. I think Ink Vac's still one of the best specials in the game. But, like, Reef Slider's not as good, so I don't really mind the buff as much, but I don't think it needed a damage buff at all. I really don't. Kind of just there. And then here's the biggest, like, change of this entire patch. Tenta missiles. After launch is confirmed, the special gauge will now slowly decrease, and the special gauge will not be able to begin charging again until the gauge is completely drained from previous use. This is a huge change. Absolutely fucking huge change, especially the weapons like Flings and Reflux 450. So now, instead of being able to just spam missiles and throw them out and then go right back to painting and getting your ult back, like half of your ult back, pretty much before your first ult that you just threw out is even done, which both of those weapons can do really well. You can't do that anymore, so that's a huge nerf. And that's a lot more downtime on missiles, too. It makes it a lot less spammable, so we'll see what that actually does. They might need to nerf missiles again, but this is a huge nerf, and I think it's definitely a step in the right direction because missiles are just so annoying to play against. We'll see how it goes. Let me know what you guys think about that one in the comments down below, or even all these balance changes. We got some special charge changes for the special points. Arrow Spray is going down to 190. NZAP is actually getting a buff. I don't know why they're buffing the charge for NZAP. I really don't. Down to 190. Splattershot Pro down to 190. Jet Squelcher down to 190. The H3 Nozzle Nose down to 190. The E-Liter 4K is getting nerfed with a plus 10 of special charge needed for special from 200 to 210. Same with the E-Liter 4K scope. So I think they should have nerfed the splatter scope too and the splat chargers, but we'll see how this goes. Undertow Spillway changed some parts of the Turf War mode terrain. Deleted part of the terrain on the left-hand side when you're looking at the starting area. Added ramps to allow opponents to invade. Okay. Still one of the worst maps in the game. I don't think that's going to change anything. And we got some small bug fixes, which you guys can look through on the patch note yourself. Or some quality of life changes. I guess quality of life changes, not really bug fixes. Changes to X Battles. X Battles, a brand new mode, has been added. X Battle is a battle mode where players of ranks S+0 and up can compete in battle for X power. X power is calculated separately from each battle, like splat zones or tower control. Players battle until reaching 3 wins or losses, whereupon X power is gained or lost based off the results. The world is divided into divisions, which we already knew of. The division of a player is affiliated with it determines the first time they play in an X battle season. Once that is determined, the division cannot be changed. X battles will become available to play on the 30th, so that on Thursday or Friday. So if you guys like Ranked 2, I will be streaming some Splatoon Ranked probably this weekend. So I'll probably be streaming some Wi-Fi battles probably on Saturday, some Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battles. I do have a team that's already done and I've been testing out, and it's going pretty good. And then if you guys are interested in that, and then I will probably on Friday night we'll be streaming some Splatoon 3 Ranked. So feel free to drop by if you guys see me live or if you guys are around on Friday night. And it changes to Ranked. Added a feature that allows players to purposely reset their ranks. I don't know why you'd ever want to do that. This feature can only be once per season, and players of rank B or higher. What a rank player is reset determined automatically, blah, blah, blah. Players can use this feature by opening the lobby, whatever, it doesn't matter. Some initial cost of the ranked points to spend to enter the Anarchy battles has been increased, which I don't know why. They increased the cost to get into a match at S tier by 20. Why? And then S plus and up is from 160 to 180. I don't know why. I even think 150 was way too much. 150 is already way too much, even for all these lower ranks. It was already way too much to begin with. I don't agree with that at all. I really don't. I understand they're adding an entire new rank of X division, but it's at the same time, like, that doesn't mean you need to increase the ranks. I don't agree with that at all. That just makes it a lot more difficult to rank up and a lot more time consuming, especially for the people like me that don't have much time to play the game. If you can play it 24 hours a day and you have no life, like, that doesn't do anything. That's kind of irrelevant, but mainly for, like, your average players. Changes to Salmon Run. Data relating to Big Run has been added. Some stuff with Big Runs being calculated, whatever. I don't know if that's actually going to be in the game yet. We'll find out. It doesn't really say anything that's going to actually be in the game. Just kind of how it works, pretty much. Boss Salmonoids. The Big Shot actually has a 30% slower movement speed. So it's a lot easier to kill the Big Shots now. That's incredibly good because they're so annoying. I don't know how many games, there's like 3 of them that'll spawn. It'll just be constant like grenades and everything the entire time. Special weapons for Salmon Run. Keep in mind, this is not for multiplayer. This is for Salmon Run only. Increase the precision of tracking boss salmonoids, and then increase the damage of Killer Whale. Triple Ink Strike has actually increased the damage, and guide devices now to trigger when touched by a salmonoid. That's cool. Inkjet. Players will no longer target a salmonoid's attacks when returning to their position for a period after the use has ended. That's huge. Booyah Bomb. Players will no longer be targeted by most salmonoid attacks while charging up for the Booyah Bomb, so you have pretty much damage immunity now. A lot of really cool stuff. Really cool stuff for Salmon Run. Changes to Splatfest. I don't even know if I really want to talk about this because I can't really... Like, I can talk about it, I can go over all this, but it doesn't really make sense to, because until they actually implement these changes into the game, and I can actually play the next Splatfest to see how if it actually changes anything, I can't really give an opinion or talk about it. But if you guys want to check it out, it's on the patch notes. Whatever. Changes to lockers. T-shirt items can now be folded into storage, which is really cool. And pressing the B to cancel placement, the locker will now return to immediately previous state before you grabbed anything. Some quality of life changes. Photo mode is a thing now. They're allowing people to use that in recon mode. That's cool. A bunch of quality of life changes. I'm not going to go through all these. They'll be sitting here for 10 years. Bug fixes. I mean, you guys can go through the bug fixes. A whole bunch of bug fixes. Look at all the bug fixes. Look at them all. Fixes to multiplayer. Look at all these bug fixes. Wow. Look at them all. I'm still going. I'm still scrolling. Fixes to Salmon Run. I'm still going. Fixes to story mode. Even more splat fixes, other fixes. I'm still going. Holy shit. I think that's where it ends. You know, if only Paladins had about, what, how many pages is this? It's like 4 pages worth of bug fixes between all the modes and everything. If only Paladins per patch would have that many bug fixes, look, the game would be one of the best games. Wow, Hi-Rez, you guys got to take some advice here. I know Nintendo's not much better. They're still scumbags, but at least they're trying to fix their game. Something you guys haven't done in 4 or 5 years. I don't know. Same with Smite. Smite's garbage too. I can't leave out Smite. They're just as bad. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you guys hyped for this next season? I don't know. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I'm really ready to check out some of the new weapons. Probably have a tier list out for you guys probably this weekend. That's the plan right now. I'm gonna play the game as much as possible for about a couple days, and then I'll probably throw up a tier list for you guys. It's gonna be really interesting playing a lot of new weapons with a lot of these changes and stuff. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What are you guys excited for? What are you guys hyped for the most? And like I said, I will be live when this patch goes live on Wednesday night. So if you guys see me live, feel free to drop by. And then I will be live this weekend with some Scarlet and Violet online Wi-Fi battles, probably on Saturday night. And then Friday night, I'll be live with some Splatoon 3 ranked. So we're going to try to get back to S+, and then eventually push our way to X rank. We'll see how much time it takes, but that's the plan at least. So, but I'm going to get out of here. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in a future video.